अमेरिकन ब्रॉडकास्टिंग न्यूज के जर्नलिस्ट कार्ल जयपुर आए हुए हैं। कार्ल दुनिया भर में HIV पेशेंट्स के लिए कार्य करते हैं और उन पर एक डॉक्यूमेंट्री फिल्म भी बना रहे हैं। कार्ल जयपुर में रेज फाउंडेशन के मेंबर्स से मिले और एक बेहतरीन जिंदगी कैसे जी जाए उस पर चर्चा की। कार्ल से हमारी संवाददाता कविता चौहान ने एक्सक्लूसिव बातचीत की।
आज हमारे साथ है बहुत ही जाने माने टीवी जर्नलिस्ट जो ABC USA से आए हुए हैं, जिनका नाम है कार्ल। कार्ल इज़ हियर to meet HIV patients and to work in the field of HIV. We are here and we are very glad to host him, and let's have a word with him and see what all does he have to say about it. Carl, first of all, welcome to India, and how does it feel to be in Jaipur?
I thank you very much. Namaste. It's lovely to be in Jaipur. This is my second visit here. I was here 7 years ago on holiday, and it's been a wonderful couple of days here. I love it, and I look forward to coming back later in the year.
Okay. So, Carl, what we have heard about you is that you work with HIV patients. You're making a film also on HIV. How did you plan to choose this subject?
Right. Well, I myself am a person living with HIV. I was diagnosed in 2007. And a few years ago, 4 years ago, I spoke publicly for the first time about my HIV status. And as you mentioned in your introduction, I'm a journalist on American television. Up until that point, nobody in the United States had spoken publicly who was working on TV. And it sort of kind of went viral, really. And I started a company called Plus Life Media. And that was all about how do we change the conversation about what HIV looks like? Because for so many people, people still think that it's 1984 and an HIV diagnosis means you're going to die, it's the end of the world, you know, and that's just not the fact or the reality anymore. You know, in 2022, a person with HIV, as long as they take their medicine daily and consistently, can have a full, happy, healthy life expectancy. What it's like for children with HIV. You know, RAISE, as the name suggests, is a ray of hope. There's still so much work to be done with stigma, especially here in India. Children are born with HIV. They've done nothing wrong, but they are still outcasts in society. And what RAISE does is they come along and they give not just a home to these children, they give them schooling and proper education, they give them good food and nourishment, they give them a roof over their heads, but they also give them something very, very important, which is family and hope.
What is the message, or what is a way where people like their parents can be convinced that this is not the fault of the child and they shouldn't be abandoned like that? Is there a way we can go about to make that change in the society?
Yeah, and it comes back to stigma. Right. You know, I say over and over when I give talks all around the world, HIV doesn't have to kill you, but stigma will. And we must change the conversation about what it means to live with HIV in this day and age. And that means having some sometimes uncomfortable conversations, especially culturally. You know, I understand, you know, and respectfully so here in India, conversations about sex and sexuality are quite taboo, and we don't really like to talk about them. But if we don't talk about these things, and if we don't just talk about HIV, it is swept under the carpet and nothing changes. It encourages people to take their medicine. It's very, very important. And then we go about our lives.
Great. So this was Carl, who's here in Jaipur to make a difference when it comes to HIV patients. Also, he's going to be making a film which will release somewhere next year. And we hope his journey makes a difference in the life of people. With camera person Surendra Saini, this is Kavita Chauhan, First India News, Jaipur.